I was sitting throughout the entire message, and I have been struggling with tobacco use, nicotine abuse, ever since I was 12 years old. And I got saved, and I've allowed that to continually come back into my life every couple of months. And I've been really negatively affected that here recently, where I've just begun to accept that in my life. And I've just, instead of trying to figure out how to quit, figure out try ways to hide it. He said all this message, and he shared all this, and I was thinking, man, you know, I can really escape my sin by listening to him, and I can really be set free by shifting this paradigm, by realizing that this isn't who I am. Remembering that I've cried while I've been in sin, that I've been smoking and crying at the same time and not understanding why. And what he shared in saying that it's because who you are today, being alive, your heart does not identify with that. This is not who you are. And I thought, you know, that sounds so great, but honestly at the end of the message, that was the one sin I did not think I could get rid of. I did not. I said, you know, I can shift my perception, but I'm chemically addicted to this. There's no way. I've quit so many times. And he called us up front. He said it's something he's never done, but he offered the altar call for us to be free from that. And Josh came and he prayed over me for 10, 15 minutes while I was waiting for Dan to come to me. And I've just been, it happened. I didn't think it would. I didn't expect for it to, but I have not had the physical urge. I've had the temptation come to me, and just quickly shutting that down and just saying, you know what, that's not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's true.
My name is Steve. Hi. I'm sorry. I came in yet last night before the service. I came in as an orphan, and I left as a son.
Praise the Lord. Yesterday, I wish I could have stayed for the whole service and everything, the whole event yesterday. And in the morning session, as not many of you guys know, I've been sick for the past week. And I prayed before I came to the service yesterday morning. And I was going through the little trials that the devil was trying to shut me down. And I kept praying and praying. And I told the Lord, please take the sickness away so I can be able to worship you, be able to be in your spirit. And I prayed and he wouldn't do it, and I was like, I guess it's just on his time. And to the point that I got really mad, and I just went out and I left. And then that's when I had to eventually go to work. When I got home, I started throwing up. I wasn't feeling too good, and I had no phone, nobody there, and so I sat. I was like, you know what? There's nothing else I can do but to worship him. And so I go into the room. And I go on YouTube, I start playing my worship, I make a little playlist, and I just get into the spirit, and I tell him, I'm here sick, I'm missing out on everything, I'm missing out on your blessing, please, 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 let me feel your spirit. And I was so weak, I had never encountered this, and I just want to share this with everybody. I've been holding it in, it's like I gotta tell everybody, but it's something just weird, I have never encountered this before. I mean, I felt this presence, but not this big. And something went in me. Raised my hands as far as I could. I felt like they were stretching. He said, and I felt like he told me, he's like, you want me? Here I am. And I just felt this weight just crushing me. But in a good way, it was just moving through my body. And I just felt my head, like I just felt enormous, like so big. And he just said, satisfied he is God.
He running, Walt. He
Keep
running.
doing your prayers, all right? Thank you, guys.
Hey, Walt, Walt.
Well, hey, Josh and Dan, that's the guy that sleeps on top of the bedroom who slept last night. So,
Man down, man down.
No more bondage. No more bondage.
No, in Jesus' name.
well, it's an honor to know that while we were here that happened in our house. That's where I was really getting a lot of joy from.
Yeah. Big
Because
Jesus.
people walk in our home and they can feel the spirit really strong in our house, and they'll tell us, you know. But when you hear stuff like that, and then when was that? Saturday? No, what's today? Sunday? I don't remember what night it was, but it was a couple of days ago. We had someone get delivered on our front porch, and I actually laid hands on my back, on the person's back, and I could feel every bone was growling when the deliverance was happening, you know. So for those that don't know, in our primary home, there's about 26 beautiful children of God that live there, and there is a lot that goes on, and we never know what's going to happen next. But it's an honor to know that that happened yesterday while we were here. So I didn't know that. But my husband gave a really good word in the morning, and he spoke about Abraham, and he had Dion come up and give illustrations of everything that the Lord told Abraham to do. He didn't hesitate. He ran and he did it. And he didn't. When he told Abraham to go, Abraham went. And I was like in and out a little bit in the morning because I was helping back there. We were trying to get ready for the cookout. So I was in and out a little bit when you were speaking. But the part that I heard was the part about going and just having faith and trusting in God, and then His grace takes you through. So that was in the morning. And then 2 o'clock was Jimmy Maddox from the prayer furnace. And I'm telling you what, that was the whole day just went into a preparation for Dan last night and being spirit-led, because the spirit of intercession came. And I don't really watch a lot of TV and stuff. Like, I really just kind of bounce for the next thing, for the next thing, for the next thing, for the kingdom, you know? And it's like, I just kind of bounce, you know? So, but part of his word was about the Jezebel spirit. And what I really received from that was about how sometimes we can just be so, well, let me just say it this way. What the Lord spoke to me personally is how we can be so close-minded to the Jezebel spirit. Because we hear so much about the label of it, and we think of it in one way, but he brought a fresh anointing, because Jimmy is a revivalist, and it was powerful. I mean, my husband and I, the Lord hit us. I think I cried for hard cry for like an hour. Like hard cry, and I needed that refreshing. I needed that, Jimmy. Thank you. I thank the Lord first, but thank you for letting me use you. Because I needed that refreshing. And he talked about this was really awesome. He said, if you're watching a movie and they're being intimate under the covers, is it okay to watch that? But think of it like this. What if you were standing in the room and they were being intimate under the covers? Is that okay? Of course it's not okay. So what makes it okay for us to really watch it on TV? And it's the way that the Jezebel spirit's trying to come in and control and seduce our minds. And it was just so powerful. The word was just so refreshing. And I pray that everybody gets the CDs. And honestly, honey, you said all the CDs were going to be free.
No!
He did say that yesterday.
He said there were going to be 3 online.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. I just heard the word free. I got excited. Because I thought it was on the way. If you come see me, they're free. I'm kidding. Darn it. Okay, kids can be dismissed. You stay up here, please. And then Freddie wanted to do one thing about the cave real quick. And then I'm going to give the mic to Nick after you, Freddie. You guys just stay up here. This is my son, for those that don't know. And my daughter's back there somewhere.
All right, we're just going to hit the video. This is coming, not this Friday, but July 20th. We have a special treat. Not only will we be coming out July 20th to the cave, but also be coming to the church July 22nd. Michael Roman, minute and 30 seconds. Check it out.
Religion gets destroyed by one way, having a fresh revelation of Jesus Christ and who He really is. And if that means reviving the ugly and the sick and the hurting and the dying, then so be it!
There's no reason that anyone would have to leave this building tonight without getting what you came for.
I'm here to tell you tonight that you can be free from the bondage of sin, from the power of sin, from the fear of failure. When other people try to tell you you'll never amount to anything, when the enemy puts hurdles and potholes and obstacles in your path, we need to remember that on the flip side, God sees something else. Greater is He that is in me than he that is in this world. Hallelujah! I want to know, is there somebody out there who has enough guts to rise up and say, this is my season, this is my time, my moment to shine for the kingdom of an almighty God, and the enemy can't do anything to stop it.
So he's going to be there next Friday night at the cave, which is in Columbia. And then Sunday he'll be here. But we also have Luke Billman that's going to be here. And his worship team is going to be here. And Luke's going to share a little bit before he actually speaks. So I just wanted to touch base on that. I almost forgot. I forget all the good stuff.
Texas.
Texas? Oh, my brother's from Texas.
All right. Bless you guys. We're so excited to be here. My name is Nick Pasternak, and I'm part of Downtown Hope and Ray Light's ministry. For those of you who know Ray Light, so I was asked to come up here and just honor Dan and take an offering for him. This is the second of what we're doing, 4 offerings today, right? No, just kidding. Yeah, this is it. And then my boy wanted to come and help me honor Dan as well. So this is Jonathan. So about 3 years ago, we got to hear Dan speak for the first time. And my wife and I went there. Ray and Catherine said, hey, you got to come hear this guy speak. It was really good. You just got to get it. So my wife and I come from a background that's a little more evangelical, a little more, less, a little more restricted. So, but I love the evangelical church. They love Jesus and they preach Jesus, so we honor them as well. But that night when we went to hear Dan speak, something amazing happened within my wife, particularly within our marriage. He called my wife out of everybody, and it wasn't in this room, it was somewhere else, but there was a woman who had a leg that was shorter than the other, and Dan asked somebody to come up and pray, and he looked right at my wife and said, you need to come up and pray. And my wife started crying. I was just like, no, not me, you know. And Dan said, yes, do it. And he said, you love people. And Molly said, no, I don't. And most of you don't know my wife, but probably 3 years ago, some of you might agree with her in that statement. You know? She's an amazing woman, but she's very task-oriented and can just kill a list and great at leadership and driven and all that. But anyway, he called that out at her. And over the last 3 years, there's been a transformation happening in our marriage, in our life, and her life. It's amazing to see how she just loves people. And what you were able to impart to our family